Two. All right, look at that. Nice. That's our cue. Here we go. Greetings, everyone. I'm Craig Nolan. Thanks for joining us on this edition of the Arlington Weekly News. Here we go with another show. Here's my
Buenas noches. Soy Daniel Pineda.
My name's Adele Quo. Good old American English.
That was good. Here we go with another show. This is our pre-Halloween show, our pre-Columbus Day show, or our post beginning of the new fiscal year show,
and
something like that.
Your first turn as a
retired civil servant. How about that? Unbelievable.
Congratulations.
And our show also in the second of the Burr months. Don't forget that. You know, how many shopping days left?
Oh my
Hard
goodness.
to believe.
I can't believe you brought that up.
Anyway, here's the rundown. We've got news and community bulletin board as usual. Adele is here with...
It's easy being green. With Joe.
CBB, as I mentioned, in a new segment I think we're introducing tonight with Mr. Matthew Mirliani and his Top Bills on the Hill segment. Stay tuned for that. Rich's Reviews, News for Seniors, and then Miriam Gennari talking with our very own Nort Beckerman about how to train your brain. That's our show. But before we go, here's a social media reminder.
That's right, Mr. Nolan. You can watch the Arlington Weekly News on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. And also on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Arlington Weekly News and the number 1. Craig.
All right, great. Thanks, Daniel. Here we go. News item number 1. Well, on Monday, October 6th, the clerk of Arlington County Court began issuing same-sex marriage licenses. Do you believe it? The move follows the U.S. Supreme Court's decision not to review court rulings on same-sex marriage in Virginia and 4 other states, which is leading to marriage equality in those states. Arlington County Board Chair Jay Fassett welcomed the Supreme Court's decision and the announcement by Virginia Attorney General Mark Herring that Virginia now recognizes marriage equality in our state and will recognize same-gender marriages from other states. In Arlington, the clerk's office of the Circuit Court prepares marriage licenses. For more details, you can visit the county website. Daniel.
And Craig, in related news, Arlington's first same-sex couples were married on Monday, that's October the 6th. Erica Turner and Jennifer Menslop, 2 26-year-old women from Centralville, were married by Reverend Dr. Linda Olson Peebles of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Arlington. The couple traveled to Arlington immediately after hearing Arlington Court's decision. Arlington Clerk of the Circuit Court Paul Ferguson approved the couple's application for a marriage license, and the women held their wedding ceremony outside courthouse. Craig.
All right, Daniel, and this item from our police file, Arlington County Police are looking for a police impersonator. The fake cop tried to lure a young woman into his car at approximately 11:35 in the p.m. on Saturday, October 4. A 31-year-old woman was driving in the Ballston area when the suspect's vehicle was pulled over from behind and he pulled over and activated a red rotating dashboard light. The woman pulled over in the 4000 block of North 11th Street. The impersonator walked over, displayed a police badge, and demanded the victim leave her car and go with him to the police station. The victim then demanded to see a uniformed officer, and the suspect fled. The suspect is a black male, about 6 feet in height, weighing about 200 pounds. He wore a faded black winter coat and blue jeans at the time of the incident. If you have any information, police are asking you to contact them. Here's their number, 703-228-4193, or you can email rconig at arlingtonva.us, or you can use their hotline, their tips number, which is 866-411-TIPS. That's 866-411-8477. Daniel.
Well, local nonprofit The 296 Project is opening what they say is the world's first art and expressive therapy studio for veterans and active duty service members and their children. The artwork is a way to deal with post-traumatic stress disorder and traumatic brain injury symptoms. The project, based in Crystal City, offers art supplies, equipment, training, and other resources. Participants' work will be showcased for the general public on site. Craig.
All right, and here's from our good news file, kudos to AIM, from whence our show originates here. On September 28th, the Arlington Independent Media Board of Directors voted unanimously to build and operate a low-power FM station, LP-FM station, right here from AIM Studios. The station will broadcast at 96.7 megahertz frequency. Details such as policies, management, structure, and how members can contribute will be worked out over time, over the next few weeks and months. If you have any questions or would like more information, you could give them a call at 703-524-2388 or email Lauree, L-A-U-R-E-E, at arlingtonmedia.org. Congratulations to AIM.
And Craig, in other AIM news, congratulations also goes to the recipients of this year's Richards Award. That's Ken Briley. The La Scala Award, our own Hef Munson. And producer of the year is Sherry Thompson. Congratulations. That's a big award, right?
Congratulations to those AIM Volunteer Award winners. That's good stuff. We'll be back with our CBB, Community Bulletin Board file, right after we hear from Adele Quo. And
it's easy being green. Adele.
Here's Adele.
Hey, thanks. Hi, my name's Adele, and I have Joe Tree Frog here with me talking. It's easy being green if you kick your exotic plant habit. Like any addiction, it's hard to kick your exotic gardening habit. The father of American landscape architecture, Frederick Law Olmsted, designed New York City's famous Central Park in 1858 and made extensive use of the exotic Norway maples. At the time, he didn't know that this maple would aggressively invade and change the surrounding wild forests. More than 150 years later, well-known studies of Norway maple have confirmed the severe environmental impact that they have caused. Yet the nation's best-selling tree is the Norway maple cultivar Crimson King, popular for its showy purple leaves. Nurseries, big box stores, and landscapers continue to sell and plant them because they're cheap and readily available. You can help to kick our exotic plants habit by asking for great native plant alternatives. When a landscaper or store recommends a Crimson King Norway maple, just say no and ask for one of these lovely mid-Atlantic native plants instead. So trust myself and Joe Tree Frog here. For your smaller yards, try the Canada Red Chokeberry or chokecherry. It's in the cherry and plum family, also known as Prunus virginiana. It grows to a mature height of 20 to 25 feet. This is one tough, cold, hardy tree, showing up in street tree plantings in Anchorage, Alaska. So noteworthy characteristics include leaves that emerge green in spring but turn a beautiful dark red, burgundy, purple by midsummer, while the songbirds will enjoy the fruit. For your larger yards, enjoy the October Glory red maple, also known as Acer rubrum. It has bright, tiny red flowers in spring and showy red seeds called samara and sizzling scarlet red foliage in fall. And there's also the flashy wildfire black gum, also known as Nyssa sylvatica wildfire, an excellent shade tree that bursts with bold red spring foliage that turns dark green in summer, but then it becomes an even more fiery shade of scarlet, yellow, and orange for the autumn, giving the red maples a run for their money come fall. So remember, it's easy being green when you kick your exotic plant habit to the curb and go native. So don't forget.
That exotic plant habit to the curb.
That's
what was that
right,
one?
kick it off.
Virginia prunianus, or what was that one?
Prunus virginiana.
Great job on the
Of course I
pronunciations.
knew that was backwards.
Got to get your Latin straight.
Good
Yeah.
stuff, right? Kick that exotic plant habit. Thanks, Adele.
You're welcome.
We appreciate your efforts. Here we go now, as promised, with our CBB, or Community Bulletin Board file. News for Seniors glasses are almost working tonight. Well, with recent national media coverage of law enforcement and community relationships, the Arlington County Police Department feels it is imperative to continue to build relationships through open dialogue. The Arlington County Chief of Police, along with Commonwealth Attorney, County Sheriff, and other distinguished panel members, will host a community forum focusing on the community's trust and confidence in the criminal justice system. This event is free and open to the public, and there will be Spanish interpretation available upon request. The community forum will take place Wednesday, October 15, from 7 to 9 p.m. at Wakefield High School Auditorium. They're located at 1325 South Dinwiddie Street. So check out that open forum. Daniel.
Yeah, check it out, right, Craig?
Right.
Well, the Arlington County Film and Video Artists, there is still time to submit entries to the Rosebud Film and Video Festival. The top 5 competitors win $1,000 each. All film genres from D.C., Maryland, and Virginia residents are welcome. The entry fee is $35 for the regular deadline, which is on October the 1st, and $40 for the late deadline, which is on November the 7th. Visit rosebudfestival.org to learn more. Craig.
All right, and also, Daniel, on our CBB file, here we go. As reported earlier today, the 296 project is open, and an art and expensive therapy studio for veteran and active duty service members with post-traumatic stress disorder and traumatic brain injury. The grand opening fundraiser will be held October 17 from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. at the studio located at 2100 Crystal Drive. Tickets are $25 a piece and can be purchased on the 296 Project's homepage. You can check that out at www.the296project.org or email Wiseman, W-I-S-E-M-A-N, at the296project.org. Daniel.
Well, Craig, Arlington County volunteer group Remove Invasive Plants, or RIP, needs volunteers to remove invasive plants. The group meets first Saturdays at Haley Park, second Sundays at Gulf Branch Nature Center, third Saturdays at Tuckahoe Park, and third Sundays at Long Branch Nature Center, and the fourth Saturdays at Benjamin Benneker Park. For more information, visit environment.arlingtonva.us or email sarcher@arlingtonva.us, or give them a call at 703-228-1862. Craig.
All right, and the next of our CBB items here, well, if you're a member of the Crystal City branch of Tech Shop Workshop, then you can participate in a fundraiser event at the Howard Theater. DC Music Download, an indie music website, invites Tech Shop members and other tinkerers in Arlington to their fundraiser for nonprofit Guitars Not Guns. Guitars Not Guns provides free of charge instruction and instruments to kind of direct youth toward creativity instead of violence. The Tech Shop members are invited to create or donate instruments for their cause. The event will take place on Saturday, October 11, from 7 to 11. For details, including Eventbrite tickets, visit their website, techshop.ws, or email Ilana, I-L-A-N-A, at dcmusicdownload.com. Tickets are $16 in advance and $18 at the door. Check out Tech Shop. All right, we'll be back with our News for Seniors file right after we hear from Rich Misabny, our man about town, and his reviews.
Thank you.
Here's Rich.
Hey, Rich.
Thank you, boys. The new Kennedy production of Evita, which hasn't been since 30 years, since it first came out. The Tony Award winning show. It's at the Kennedy Center, and it's just a wonderful show. A lot of tango music in the thing. Of course, and there's a young girl, Caroline Bowman, who plays Evita. She's just wonderful. That she becomes the first lady of Argentina. Anyway, and the guy who plays Perón, he's good too, Sean McLaughlin. They marry in 1945, and then Perón becomes president a year later, and she becomes a very strong force in Argentina for women's rights and for the poor. She was loved. How effective was Che Rivera's? He was later with Castro. He does a narration in this thing, and he's damn good. Anyway, there's songs like maybe you remember him. Don't Cry for Me, Argentina, Buenos Aires. It'd be surprisingly good for you. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Anyway, Evita is a fast-paced show by Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice, and don't miss it. It'll run there until October 19. Phone number is 202-467, or check the website, kennedy-center.org. The Wedding Singer, now at the Thomas Jefferson Theater, TJ, is a bouncy musical set in 1985 in New Jersey. There's a very large cast of young folks. Two of the energetic and talented leads are Steve Block, who plays Robbie Hart, and Evie Koviestis, who plays Julie. Evie is infectiously bubbly. She's a wonderful kid. Keith Miller played Glenn. Anyway, they got a good cast, and wonderful choreography and direction by John Monat. Great musical direction too by Walter McCoy. The Wedding Singer plays through October 18. For tickets, information, call 703-549-1063 or check the website at thearlingtonplayers.org. The always exciting Senetic Theater, founded by husband and wife team Pata and Irana Chishkavili 13 years ago, has The Island of Dr. Moreau, based on the book by H.G. Wells, featuring Pata. As a scientist, Mr. Parker washed ashore from an accident in the sea, and he's helped by Montgomery, who gives him a helping in. Montgomery is Dallas Tolentino, and Mr. Parker is Alex Mills. He's a regular with Senetica Theater. He's a strange scientist, though. He believes he can engineer animals to be advanced forms of humans. He calls them the beast people. Anyway, all kinds of experimentations performed by Dr. Moreau with no intermission. There's hardly a chance to breathe in this thing. The Island of Dr. Moreau is a winner. It runs through November 2. For information, call 800-494-8497 or check the website. Let me see, what's their website? Okay, it's, how easy. Senetic Theater, that's with an ER.org. Okay, let me see here. I want to give you another number too. Let me give you another, write this one for Senetic so you can maybe slip in and get the tickets. Let's see, Jay here came up with this number, 703-824-8060. Remember that, 824-8060. And finally, tell you about a real Italian restaurant in Falls Church. It's 800 West Broad Street. It's called Sfizi, S-F-I-Z-I, Sfizi Cafe, 800 West Broad. It's not only a restaurant, but it's a wine shop and deli market. And the owner, Lino Ricciardi, is proud to point out that everything in the place is from Italy, including himself. They're a glorious menu with appetizers, entrees, and salads and desserts. And, God, one thing they got that's great is their pizza. It's undoubtedly the best I've had in leaving Brooklyn. Reading the menu is a delightful experience. Just hearing the server recommend crostini, sfizzavisi, calamari, and, well, it's a real Italian thing, you know. Anyway, they've got a great menu there with pastas and everything. The food is wonderful. You'll swear that your Italian grandmother was in the kitchen. Okay, anyway, the website is at sfizi.com, and the phone number is 703-533-1191. Thank you. That's it from me.
Good job. Thanks, Rich. This is Visi.
Rich.
Yeah.
I like Visi with an S in front of it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good place.
It is.
Well,
It
you
is.
take me there for lunch?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Thanks.
Well, you're going to pay for it?
Absolutely.
He just comes along for the ride. Thanks, Rich. Appreciate it. All right, here we go. Moving right along now, as promised, now our News for Seniors segment with my News for Seniors glasses. Transportation specialists from Arlington County's Department of Environmental Services will be providing mobility training for seniors using public transportation. That's coming up Thursday, October 16 from 10 in the morning at Walter Reed Senior Center. Hands-on demonstrations on using a cane or a walker on the bus and on the subway Call Walter Reed to register for this free program. Their
Free.
number, 703-228-0955. Daniel.
Well, Craig, don't let Fire Prevention Month go by without reviewing ways to ensure the safety of your home and loved ones. Patsian Misiti from Seniors Living Well will explain the steps and processes and how to making sure your home is safe and secure. That's on Monday, October the 20th at 1 p.m. at Lee Senior Center. This is another free program. Call Lee at 703-228-0555 to register.
All right, Daniel, and some tips for senior drivers. Cheryl Johnson, Director of the Office of Senior Adult Programs, has been asking seniors, how's your driving? Well, seniors can test themselves by taking the Grand Driver Safe Driving Quiz. That's coming up Friday, October 17 at 11 a.m. at Langston Brown Senior Center. Ms. Johnson said this is a good way to check out your driving skills and to discuss traffic safety tips. Call Langston Brown to register for this free program. Here's their number, 703-228-6300. Daniel.
And Craig, discover the healing powers of ordinary household products. That's on Thursday, October the 16th at 11 a.m. at the Culpeper Garden Senior Center. Share Grandma's favorite old-time remedies in the informal, self-directed group that also discusses Jerry Baker's Supermarket Super Remedies, a book with over 1,600 tips to ease everything from an aching back to a grumpy gut. Well, call Culpeper Garden to register for this free program at 703-228-4403.
A grumpy gut. All right, excellent. All right, another news for seniors items. Medicare Part D, Delta, prescription drug and Part C Advantage plans are allowed to make changes every year between October 15 and December 7th. They call it open season. I think they can change premium costs, deductibles, co-payments, and the list of drugs that are covered. A trained and certified Medicare counselor from the Virginia Insurance Counseling and Assistance Program will be at Arlington Mills Senior Center coming up Friday, October 17 from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to help seniors compare plans. Individuals must call Arlington Mill to make a confidential and free appointment. Here is their number, 703-228-7369. Daniel.
And Craig, remember that October 14th is the last day to register to vote in Arlington. You will need a picture ID. It's important that you vote. You have to vote. Yeah,
or vote.
And so Craig, and also we want to thank our own Judy
You bet.
Asomni for
Thanks,
helping
Judy.
us this week with their stories. Thank you so much, Judy.
Appreciate it. All right, we got him in this week. Good stuff.
Yes.
Here we go, moving right along now with our interview segment of the show here tonight. Here's Miriam Gennari talking with our very own Nort Beckerman. Miriam.
Hi, and welcome to this edition of the Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari, and I'm here with author and good friend, Nort Beckerman. And we're going to talk about his new book that he just wrote called A User's Guide to a Healthy Brain. Hi, Nort.
Hi, Miriam. Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much for writing this book. Quite an accomplishment. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, I know that some people go into life wanting to be authors. That's not how you came about writing this book. So tell me what motivated you.
No, I had some serious cognitive problems back in the late 90s. One of them being my memory, the other I couldn't talk. I lost my ability to speak. I was told I had an incurable brain disorder, and I needed to understand what was happening to me, so I started studying the brain. I had to learn the language of neuroscience, and it was like putting a big jigsaw puzzle together without a picture. I put it together, and I felt that other people could benefit from what I did. And it's so important to sustain good, healthy brains. It's important for us to keep our brains healthy and functioning effectively, and the brain is so forgiving. So what I did is I wrote a book that I thought would help other people, that I could share what I learned.
Well, I'll be honest with you, a lot of people, myself included, the idea of picking up a textbook on neuroscience and trying to interpret it to cure myself would be impossible, but that's what you did. You improved your cognitive skills from your studies.
I did. Oh, my heavens, yes.
And now the guide here is a way to help other people make those improvements as well.
Definitely, definitely. That's the whole purpose of this. We take our brain for granted. We're born with a brain and we think it's going to be the same all the time. It's not. Your brain needs to be repaired. It needs to be built. It needs to be developed. In the late 90s, it was found out that we continue to generate experience-dependent cells throughout our life. That means we can continue to learn. We can continue to do good things. Aging does not cause cognitive decline. It's what we do as we age that causes cognitive decline.
So you know what I found really interesting when writing the book? Well, first I was thrilled that I was able to understand it. So thank you. After the first chapter, I knew I could get through it. It wasn't preachy. It wasn't telling me about all of my mistakes, but it was very optimistic, not only in the success that you had in regenerating and developing your cognitive skills, but you're very optimistic about what people can do to personally develop their brain skills.
Well, I think that that's part of the excitement of the whole thing. What's happened to me is really exciting. My whole world has opened up, and I'm trying to share what I learned so other people can experience the same thing. It's very exciting. You can't go into developing a healthy brain or a healthy lifestyle and think it's going to be drudgery. It's not. You
know, you touched on probably the most exciting part of the book when I realized that it isn't drudgery, it is about a lifestyle. And so many, cardiologists and nutritionists are all talking about the same things. What people don't seem to realize is that it's all connected to you say the brain is not like your arm or your leg. It's independent, it's the boss, right?
The brain is the boss, right? It's your control center. Your brain is receiving information constantly, and it's issuing directions and instructions to the rest of your body.
So what if I asked you, and I know it's hard, it's not that long a read, and I want everybody to read it, young and old, but what if I said, what 3 things could an individual do to most help themselves develop and maintain good cognitive brain health?
Well, I think the first thing is that they have to keep learning. Puzzles and mind stumpers are great for mental flexibility, but you have to keep learning. Learn how to sign, learn a language, learn a different musical instrument, learn chess, learn how to cook, learn how to sew, but learn.
So people who retire, and that message goes to our dear sweet Craig, who recently did, should not just retire and sit back on their porch and let the years wind away, but get engaged.
Oh yeah, learn something that's fun, okay? And that's the first thing. I think the second thing is watch the foods that you eat and drink, including water. They're very important. We don't eat and drink just for no reason at all. Eating and drinking is incredibly important to brain health. And then the third thing is physical activity. Stay physically active. Walk. It doesn't take a whole lot. Walk, but do things that are fun. Go out. This is a great area to go out and explore. Great place to walk. Some of the nature centers, some of the trails. But walk. It's just all exciting. It opens up all kinds of different things.
Well, I think the more positive you are about what you need to do for your brain, and it doesn't sound like traveling, learning a language, that doesn't sound like drudgery. No. It just requires a little effort. And as far as eating healthy, I think if people did realize, and not just the nutrition they put in front of themselves, but also their children, and they built healthy habits, they might have less cognitive issues and really, be very engaged or acute as they tried to learn new things. And then as far as physical activity, that's all about metabolism and, right?
Sure. Physical activity isn't just a question. It gets your blood pumping, it keeps your blood vessels soft and flexible, but it also helps to generate a chemical that produces experience-dependent brain cells.
Well, so now you're getting into the meat of the book. So I think that we should just remind everybody to read this book. I did, and it wasn't hard. And if I can do it, anyone can do it. And I want to thank you so much, Nort. Soon this book is going to come out to the population, and you're going to be signing autographs. And I hope you'll come back and talk some more about the healthy user's guide to a healthy brain.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much. When do I get my autographed book?
Right after the show.
Okay. Thanks so much for watching The Sustainable Scoop. I'm Miriam Gennari. Back to the news desk.
Thanks, Miriam. And Nort Beckerman talking
Great job.
about his new book,
Congratulations.
How to Train Your Brain, How to Have a Healthy Brain. Hydrate, exercise, learn something new. That's all good stuff. And another part of the good stuff is for you to watch us next week when we come back for another edition of the Arlington Weekly News. If you're there, we'll be here and we'll do it all again. Thanks for watching. Have a good week. Bye-bye.